Hi guys, today we're going to talk about the Samsung Galaxy S3. It was announced on the 11th of October in Germany that Samsung would release a baby brother to the Samsung Galaxy family. Now it is aimed at people who I guess won't want an high-end phone but want more than the basic features in their phone. Now it'll look exactly like the Galaxy S3, only of course smaller and with less features. It will still come with things like NFC and DLNA, which for those of you who don't know stands for Digital Living Network Alliance. It's basically a standard which allows electronic devices to share their connection across a home network. So you could stream, for example, a video from your phone to a DLNA capable TV. Now starting with the screen, now the screen will be a 4-inch Super AMOLED. It will be a WVGA 800 by 400. Without getting too technical, that's wide video graphics array that stands for, with a 233 pixels per inch. Considerably smaller than the S3, which was 720 by 1280 pixels, and it was an 4.8 inch screen with 306 pixels per inch. Now with 306 pixels per inch. Now the software itself, it'll come at the box with Jelly Bean 4.1, which is a bonus, so you don't have to update that yourself. The dimensions itself, it's going to be about 121.6 millimeters in length and 63 millimeters width and 9.9 millimeters in depth. Now compared with the S3, that was 136.6 in length and 70.6 in width and 8.6 millimeters in depth. Now that basically means it's going to be a smaller phone in terms of lengthways, but it's going to be a thicker phone. So obviously they had to cram, they couldn't make it small enough to thin enough to be compared with the S3, so they had to make it thicker. Now moving on to the camera, it will be a 5 megapixel camera itself, around about 2592 by 1944 pixels, still featuring the geotagging, touch focus, face detection. They still be able to take photos like the panoramic shot and the smart shot. Also the video will record at 720p at 30 frames per second on the main camera. That's the camera facing away from you. Now because the screen is less detailed, you'll be able to record in 720p at 30 frames per second, but you won't be able to view it on the actual phone in that much detail. You would have to either take the video off the phone and transfer it over to something that is capable of showing the video in 720p. The front-facing camera itself is just going to be a VGA standard. Compare that with the S3. Now that was a 8 megapixel 3264 by 2448 pixels. It still had the same stuff as what the S3 Mini has as well, but the video that it recorded was 1080p at 30 frames per second, which you could actually view on the device itself because of the screen. Now the front facing camera on the S3 was a 1.9 megapixel, which could record at 720p at 30 frames per second. That obviously will be gone on the Mini, so you wouldn't be able to do that. Talking about the memory itself, now it's rumored to be 8 and 16 gigabytes internal memory with 1 gig worth of RAM. Still supporting the micro SD and up to 32 gigabytes. Now compare this with the S3, and that was 16, 32 and 64 gigabytes worth of internal storage, still with a 1 gig worth of RAM, still with a micro SD card, but the SD card was capable of the phone was capable of supporting a 64 gigabyte SD card. Now the processor itself, it would be just a 1 GHz dual core, compared with the S3 which was 1.4 gigabytes quad core. Now to be honest with you, I think that a 1 gigabyte will be perfectly capable of dealing with the actual technology in the phone itself. Don't forget that it's a smaller phone, so less screen to deal with, is a less capable camera, so the camera is going to be less demanding. Going on to the battery itself, now it will be a smaller battery. It'll only be a 1500 milliamp battery. Compare that with the S3, and that was 2100 milliamp. Don't forget, obviously it is a smaller phone, so smaller battery it is. It still come with the 4G connectivity, which kind of hints that it may be available in the UK, at least, on Everything Everywhere, so that is a bonus. Now the pricing itself, clove.co.uk have it on at £298.80 for the 8 gigabyte model, with the official price and availability still to be confirmed. Now, although confirming the phone's release, Phones for You don't actually have a SIM-free price on their website. They've only got the contract prices up. And that's the S3 Mini. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Comment if you found this video useful to yourself. As always, any questions, just post on the bottom there and I'll be happy to answer. Thanks for watching, and like and subscribe, guys.